Hello and welcome to another Artcast. Let's see if we've got this going. Yeah, it's a moving. Here, let me turn this off. Switch over to my other program over here. Anyway, how are we doing, one and all? It's been a bit, but then again, some stuff's been going down. Let's see, I've got a whole itinerary here. Well, first of all, the subject we're drawing today is Ant from Image Comics, sort of a character that had been. What's making that noise? Oh, that's me. I've got this computer going through to this computer. Anyway, Image Comics Ant. She was a sort of a wall crawler who had these sort of barbed antennas, which aren't what ants are, but you know, it was fun. You'll see in a second. Right now I'm working on the Aardvark, which I had misnamed the Anteater. Naturally, because I thought it was just Anteater. This is Fritz Furlong's one of his TV shows in the same vein as the Pink Panther. A lot of times they're paired together. Ant and Aardvark being the sort of middle cartoon between a Pink Panther short. Hold on, I'm a little lost. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. We're done. Hey, Dime. So this is obviously just like, oh, it's this the ant, the bigger ant is being harassing the Aardvark. And of course, it's a pinup, so she sits on him. She, of course, in the comic, I don't even know what her deal was. I don't know if she was a scientist or a mercenary. Let's take a look. While I get everything sort of set up here. What's going on? This ain't good. Hold on, let me set up my actual things. But anyway, Image Comics. I scantily heard of the character before this. Yeah, that's fine. I can work with this. Close. Discard. I wonder if there's any other things. I'm working on another commission as we speak. Let me finish my thought and let's look up Ant. Image Comics. I believe they just had a run of like between the late 2000s or the early 2000s. Image Comics. Ant is a character. Appeared in Image Comics. Okay, premiered in 2004 of February. Oh, published by Arcane Studio. Okay, is a British sort of publisher. I don't know. Also appeared in the Image Comics series Ant, Savage Dragon, and also in Spawn. So she has appeared in Spawn. So she's just been all over. Yeah, I don't know. She's still kind of up and running. Wait, written. Who's Eric Larson? Are they problematic? No. Looks like no. Okay. A lot of Spawn, a lot of Savage Dragon. Worked a bunch with Captain Marvel. Okay, so where he launched the superhero. So he's the creator of Savage Dragon. Worked on Spider-Man a lot, of course, like all the other sort of people who've got their chops and then went on to other things. Oh, in 22, he would leave Twitter if Elon bought the platform, and he did. So that's good. He's at least got his priorities straight. Oh no, he purchased the character. He purchased Mario Gullen's character Ant in about 2012. Did he pass or did he? Notable words, Ant. Also known as OMG, is an American comic book writer artist. No, he's just a well-known freelancer. Appears to be sort of up and running, but doesn't do a lot of work. Yes, I have Adobe on the thing, but I'll just wait a second. I want to kind of focus on Ant as a character. Let's see. It says here in the yeah, she's kind of a support character now within the Savage Dragon Spawn universe, but in her origins in the original Arcana series followed a 8-year-old Hannah Washington, a little young girl. To her parents. Is made a suspect in armed robbery. Okay, her dad was a suspect in armed robbery and taken into custody. Which followed a handed diary. Okay, so she was a 8-year-old girl. She wrote in a diary about a superhero called Ant, I guess, an alter ego. The Hannah's mother was a good. There's a lot of backstory. Hannah's father was really in her home, got raided as authorities apparently had evidence they needed to put away. Okay, so Hannah. What's the elevator pitch? No, seriously, what's the elevator pitch for this? I don't understand what's going on. Is this like is this an alternative? Okay, I'm reading the Wikipedia and I'm at a loss. Let's see. Is made suspect. Okay, it's about to escape the harsh realities of her life. She writes in her diary stories of an alter ego, an adult version of herself, who is known as the superhero Ant. So is Ant real or not? Okay, this sucks. Here, let's go to fandom. No, it's just the same shit as as Wikipedia. Okay, so of course, because fandom is AI and just scrapes whatever. Yeah, it's basically says that like it's really confusing. I still don't know. Anyway, the costume itself is fine. She's just got like red skin, heavily inked in the same vein as all the sort of late 90s, early 2000s stuff. And she's, again, her antenna have these little piercers at the end. Very much not like an ant. More so like the I think there's like a certain kind of sea snail that spits out barbed things and injects fish with poison, and also everything else. Very confusing. I'm gonna have to maybe actually read an issue or so later on. But Eric Larson, I think I may follow that guy. Larson with an E. Well, there's tons of Eric Larsons. Okay, yeah, the Savage Dragon. Okay, he's right here, and of course, Gail Simone follows him, and Chris and Perkins, the designer who's like been working for like a million years. His scope, Perkins. I don't know if you follow him, but he's worked on both like the original, the Ghostbusters, or the Men in Black and the Extreme Ghostbusters, and then all the way into the modern day. I mean, he posts a lot of Ben 10 stuff, but he's worked on everything. He also did a lot of stuff. I think he basically did all of the design work for Tottenstein. Was that what that show's name was? Hello, May. Anyway, yeah. I wasn't watching him, but I'm watching him now. Yeah, he's a good egg. Yeah, Savage Dragon. Ironically, made perhaps like the ideal version of a cop character with Savage Dragon. Oh, hey, howdy. Here, I got the top things. I should put it on live chat. Yeah, there we go. So anyway, Ant is fun. She's just, and she's also known as a character for being sort of a gratuitous pinup character, which makes the whole 8-year-old aspect a little more interesting. If I had to redo that, and if she was clearly just like the imagination of an 8-year-old, I would probably make her a lot more thinner. I'm thinking of like something like lanky. And I would probably add like maybe just another pair of arms. Just to be like, oh, here's an ant. Unless the antennae are supposed to be some sort of extra bit of antennae. Like they're meant to be the arms. But that doesn't make sense. Those are supposed to be antennae. Are there any bugs with sharp antennae? Piercing antennae. Let's just put that in Google. There's got to be some like, no, not ear piercings. Piercing antennae on bugs. Stupid AI. Okay, maybe there is an ant. This looks okay. Assassin bugs. No, mouth parts. Again, they use their mouths. There's nothing that really like uses. There's no bug that uses their antennae. It's like if we used our noses. Although, on the other hand, you have swordfish, and that's all nose. So, again, probably couldn't... There's probably something that does that. Oh, before we move on to like the Adobe stuff, I was going to say Image Comics. I know that I've recently been seeing a lot of artwork about the sort of DC Image Comics crossover. I really have nothing to say about that. There's this, of course, the image of Superman fighting with the what is it, Homelander? Yeah, Homelander. God, could they be any more Nazi coded? Anyway, Homelander. Yeah, and then what's the other one? For some reason, Sabrina's also there, which is an Archie comic. Sabrina with... Was that another Image? Is it all just Image Comics? Is it just people from other comics going into Image Comics? Anyway, it reminds me of a perfect... What was that? Wizards with Guns sketch. The how wrestling sounds to non-wrestlers. And in the first, 30 seconds of that sketch, he's all like... he's describing, the past... I don't know, year of wrestling is all like, in this match between blank and blank led to a spectacular draw. And then but on the other hand, the most underrated fight of this year was blank versus blank, which ended in a draw. And then combinating in the penultimate event of the year, which ended in a magnificent draw. That's how I sort of feel is going to go on. Because there's no way, I mean, are they going to show Superman beating the crap out of Homelander? I would hope so. But on the other hand, that would, that in itself, I even think, the creator of The Boys would be like, hell yeah, Superman should beat the crap out of Homelander. But on the other hand, that sort of removes the edifice from Butcher. And how his story was going to end. I mean, it's fine when you have a universe where they all kind of overlap. Pardon me. But when you get into those crossovers, it's a little too much. Although I will say I did enjoy the image of the underneath the trees, the serial killer bear girl just terrorizing Lex Luthor. I think that is a chef's kiss. Hello, Johnny. Johnny. You don't mind me saying this, but I think this is your commission, right? I liked it. It turned out good. Especially, I liked drawing the Aardvark. He's got a weird truncated... he's got a lumpy trunk. Let's just say that. And she's got a lumpy trunk. Groovy. Okay. So I talked about an Image Comics cover. I have to look more into Ant and Aardvark. As you won't see now, now it's sort of the early phases of sketching things out, but I will try to sort of make the two different styles contrast with each other. The sort of 1960s, 70s aesthetic of Fritz's art style, the sketchiness. Work with sort of the heavily inked appearance of of Ant's character. It was an interesting mashup, I will say the least, and aesthetically, it was very fun to work with that. This is horrible. Okay, hold on. I gotta get my monitor set up. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I was gonna say the reason why I haven't been streaming for a bit is because we've been dealing with some health issues. Everything's fine though. Let me predicate that. We're all good. We were all good just in time to have sort of a new thing pop up. Then the oil light on Mom's car keeps popping up, which means it's either a faulty sensor or that her oil filter is, or her oil intake is cruddy. Which I don't know. I think an oil change will fix that, but who knows? She had pneumonia for like maybe the past week or so. You know, sort of walking pneumonia, and it was not fun for her, and it was not fun for me as I tried to take care of her. She was just kind of up for the past couple days, and luckily she had a light workload, and we were able to get into the doctor's. Her doctor, she's got proper treatment, and she's feeling much better. But still, that was scary, especially just she doesn't like getting any sort of news about anything that might be wrong about her. Neither of us do. There was there was just a minor hiccup I had a couple years ago, and she says I turned white because we don't like to think of I don't know, it's just something we don't deal with that great. And so she got she said, oh no, I got a pneumonia. I was sitting in the doctor's waiting room, and she's like, you got to come in, Chad. And I was like, okay. And I came in, and she was like, oh, I got pneumonia. And I said, okay, you're going to be okay. Doctor says everything's going to be fine. We gave her a breathing treatment. She had an x-ray. It showed that everything was normal to a point. She still had sort of, there was no thick liquid. There's the point where you get pneumonia and your lungs are just water balloons. She did not get to that point. In fact, we got to it fairly early. There's a point where your infection goes from a normal cold into pneumonia, and we hit that off at the pass. So yeah, just for the last couple nights, last couple days, it's just been kind of taking care of her, making sure she's okay, sitting with her. It's fine. It was just we're happy that it was a relief. I've been going with her to work and sitting with her while she does her stuff. So I've just been sitting for the last couple days with her. This was finally the day where she was like, no, you don't need to come with me. Especially after the dog. Okay, this is what happened yesterday, and why she was like, no, you got to stay here. Because the night before, I made a big dinner. I made a pork loin, which she always enjoys, fried peppers, or sauteed peppers, sauteed peppers and onions, some mashed potatoes to go off to the side and absorb some of the oil from the onion, or the sweet peppers. It was very nice. And I made her plate, brought it into her room, because this was after she had gotten done with work and she wanted to lay down. So I was taking care of her. Go back into the room, and the dog had again, and this was Booker. I swear that Shadow was the first one to eat the first pork loin the first time this happened, but now this was Booker's thing. Wait, did I say Shadow or Booker? Shadow ate the first one. Booker now gulped down my 2 pieces. This thing was huge, so I cut off hunks. They were the size of pork chops. I mean, Mom was nice enough to share her 1 piece of meat with me. So we ate just meat, a little piece of meat, and we had enough mashed potatoes and peppers. That was nice, but still. Then we come home the next day, and They're usually good at like waiting until we get outside. And I'll just say it's lucky we didn't have any sort of carpet around here, because one of the dogs did have diarrhea, and I'm suspecting it's this little shit right here, who's now licking my arm in little puppy kisses and wagging his tail. This little 80-pound kitten. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he was the one, because he was acting like he was acting all sheepish. And that's what happens when you wolf down 2 pork chops at the same time as I try to come around the corner. So I'm here to just make sure that like nothing goes sideways with the dogs. If she needs me, I'm just a phone call away. So yeah, that's, life finds a way to interrupt me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to turn on the thing. That being said, we also have the issue of Adobe trying to kill Flash. They have since backed away, but let me recount to you the saga as far as I know. Adobe comes out one day at the beginning of the month. So let's see, a couple days ago. So people have already paid re-up their subscription. There are actually tons of artists and producers and like YouTubers who had said, "What the shit? I just re-upped a subscription, like a 6-month subscription," and Adobe comes out and says, "You got a month to get all your shit together, because we're going to get rid of Adobe Animate." They call it now. It's Flash basically, but it's like Animate. They've rebranded it. The internal logic that has sort of been leaked from that is that they couldn't find a way to like shoehorn their shitty AI programs into it. So they were just like, "Oh no, it's a standalone program that even though we're charging a subscription for no reason, but we still need to sort of kill it." And then I don't know what the alternative would have been. Like, what would the alternative have been? They said After Effects, but that's horse shit. And again, since then they have since said, "Oh no, we're not going to get rid of it now." After sort of the stock market plunge that happened with Adobe, but like you've ruined it. You've like the trust is gone. Moho was cool. I don't know if they were cool. I don't know. They did it just to get like ahead of the market. It's like what they used to say about video games. You don't get ahead in video games by actually making a better product. You get ahead by sort of the competition tripping over themselves, doing something really stupid. What there's nothing to like. They have no Tom. They had no. You can't say that they pussied out because they had no convictions in the first place. I would associate pussying out with having convictions at one point. In this case, they didn't even like. There's nothing to like. There's no stand to make. You just either say, "Hey, here's the program we have. We have a subscription. We've changed from like buying a license to a subscription-based economy. So we're getting your money then, and now we just don't want to put out for it." So no, I would just say it's just them being like, there's no need for an executive class at this point. But anyway, what was the? Oh yeah, Moho will put out a flyer and just says, "Oh, we're going to give you $100 off for anyone who signs up now for Moho," which is the program I got. I got like Moho 12. They're up to Moho 14. I was thinking about taking them up on that offer, but I don't know. I don't animate enough nowadays to like actually make a Moho. Apparently is like a $300 like purchase for like the newest new stuff. I think Humble Humble will get you like Moho 12 for like $40 if you buy it with a bundle, or even like 20 sometimes. But they came out and did that. People are starting to say, okay, well, this is how Blender works, which Blender I apparently just got a which is a little bit scary, but I don't know. I don't know if this is an endorsement from Netflix or a some sort of like partnership buy-in, but apparently they've partnered with Netflix to sort of support Blender in its development, becoming sort of the standard, or helping it become sort of a industry standard, which makes sense after what happened with Flow. And if you can give a let's see, there was Flow, and then the other day there was a Cartoon Network short that premiered that was just all in Adobe. It was the one about the accordion player. I'm trying to think about it. Let me look up the artist. You would know them instantly. Let's see, Musical Ghosts. I'm trying to do it. Oh, come on. That should have popped up. Well, I guess Ghosts. Anyway, he used a Blender. A lot of people have been using Blender for a while now. Apparently it's surpassing what did they call the one thing, Pixel Man, the one thing that Pixar was going to use and try to license out. But by the time they'd done that, Blender was already in the game with like thousands of people using that as their 3D animator of choice, because one, it was free, and two, it had a ton of people working on it all the time with their own plugins. If I were altruistic, if I were in charge of Netflix, I would simply say that having a lot of people with access to the software needed to create the content that I would someday perhaps like to platform is a good thing. But it could also be them trying to sneak their way into like making Blender an exclusive, software of Netflix. Or yeah. I was gonna say, remember like in the 60s and 70s, like the Magic Lantern series? There was a like Disney and a bunch Disney and Hitchcock, and just this whole well, for lack of a better word, a cabal of industry people. They were all like, we need to like get these cheap, affordable cameras into the hands of the next generation of filmmakers, because who the hell knows what's going to happen? What's going to come out of that? And of course, things like Spielberg came out of that. Him, dicking around in his backyard in Arizona for like, in the 1950s, and eventually like Tim Burton and hold on, I'm trying to think of his name. Homer's gay best friend. Richard Waters. Okay, John Waters. There we go. Damn, why did I forget about that? So anyway, I liken it to that. I would hope that would be the more altruistic sort of situation. Like if anyone had to like buy Warner Brothers, I would love Netflix to do it. I mean, not that anybody should be buying that. Everyone should be on their own sort of feet at this point, or just trying to make an honest buck with their product. I don't like the consolidation, but it would be better if Warner Brothers went over to Netflix. And all because what's his face wants CNN. I would just like de-invest with CNN and just say, here, it's already ruined. Like it's already crap. Render Man, that's what Pixar uses. And I was excited when they said, oh, Render Man was sort of available for hobbyists. And I was like, oh, I don't know any of this crap. I barely know Blender. I think they did that because they also wanted maybe the next generation of animators to like sort of show up and not look at the whole like situation, because people were either working with Maya or whatever shit Adobe had, and then Blender was considered sort of the hobbyist. Like, oh, and then a bunch of Europeans started using it, and then a bunch of started winning stuff. Although I will also say Moho is also becoming somewhat of an industry standard. Maybe not not the standard, but it's definitely a competitor, because they animated Wolfwalkers with Moho. They animated Wolfwalkers was animated with Moho. A bunch of TV shows, again, a lot of like French stuff. My Father's Dragon, which was another sort of cartoon saloon thing. And you can do hand animation you can do frame by frame in Moho. I know that. It's just that, again, I like my pen. So yeah, just a weird time for Adobe. And we still don't really know what happened. Either some executive popped up and was like, well, we're going to shake things up, because that's often what happens, is that they it's apocryphal that when you get a new executive comes up and they've got to like make big changes in order to justify the fact that they are basically, they have to justify their existence, and they can't make anything, so they gotta just shuffle things around. What's wrong with this? Okay, that's fine. Why is that all the way over there? I don't like that. I don't like this at all. Hold on. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This will work. I love Cartoon Saloon's modern work, Walking with Wolves. I thought that was Wolfwalker. Song of the Sea is also fantastic, and going back all the way to Secret of Chaos, and they did a bunch of they did work on things like Santa's Apprentice and Lucky Luke. Like, they've been in the game for like a while, going all the way back to like that Skunk Fu, which I'm going to make an episode about, because Dragon's backstory is so messed up. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get a drink of water to sort of wet my whistle. Or no, I have some coffee. I shouldn't be drinking coffee. That just dries you out. Isn't that right, Booker? Shake your head. Just nod your head. Yes. You know what? Oh no! What happened to your lip? Is that just your? No, that's just a patch of skin. It looks like he's got a scar over his lip, but it's just a break in his black fur. It's just another island in his spots. Oh my boy, you! I love you. You're a little pooper. Eating my food, then pooping everywhere. You little. I love him. I love this dumb dog. Oh, hey, Sag. Oh, nice to meet you too. Oh, well, nice to hear you in chat. Dumb dog. Dumb dog, don't you? Ooh, you. Oh, you got a nice warm spot set up. Yeah, my boy. He my boy. I'm way nicer than your old family. Okay, here we go. And I'm just getting a drink of water. And Shadow, how you doing? Shadow's doing good. He's just laying there. Some water here. Hop, water heavens drop. The 13 Goosebumps. Yep, I love Halloween stuff. Oh, I found the original breakies. I was going through my my stuff. I'm trying to maybe move some stuff around, and I found where I put the original breakies. I had them in a case of. Let's see. Is that a? I've got 3 tins of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Mostly from the dollar store, but I found 3 tins of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and in 1 tin, I believe it's the Seto Kaiba one, I put all the breakies from the breakies episode. So I still have some of the original breakies intact. Let's see. There's this there's something on Blue Skies, and I just retweeted it, and I'm gonna follow this bog. It's the Velma meme, but it's she's poking around. She's got a pen in her hand, a digital pen. She says, "My video essays. I can't draw without my video essays." And then it's 2 thumbnails on the ground. One is The Line Goes Up, and the other one is Roblox. Oof. I was just thinking about Goosebumps. Oh yeah, it was. I was listening to the McElroy brothers, my brother and me, and they did the year-long Faster Than Fear, and they named all. It was a video compilation of all the things people were going to be faster than fears of. And I wrote a comment, and I said, all these are just half of these are Goosebumps books, because one of them was I won't be afraid of the trains anymore near my house, or I won't be afraid of my boyfriend's worm farm that he keeps out in the back. I'm like, that's just a Goosebumps book. Be afraid of those. Oh, I don't know. It would still have to retain a TV budget, but they might be able to like make it some animation a lot smoother. The big 30th anniversary this year is the big 30th anniversary. Oh, wow. Cool. I mean, 30 years of Pokemon. My God. I remember. I think I got into Pokemon. I got into Pokemon because, well, first of all, it was just big and everywhere. But I would go to, with my grandma, she would pick me up from work sometimes. And this was back in like maybe 5th grade. And my parents were sort of, I was a latchkey kid. And they still wanted me to like sort of be with family after school and everything. So grandma picked me up. She would go to her job working as an assistant for a doctor. Not an assistant, but like the bookkeeper. So I would just sit in the waiting room being bored. And the only thing that they had, the only channel they had was UPN. They didn't even have channel 8, which I may have like wanted to watch as an alternative. Because I think they still had like Arthur on at the time. But it was stuck on UPN, and occasionally Pokemon would show up. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. What's this Pokemon thing about? And I watched a few episodes of that. They had like the Squirtle Squad and the episode, the ones where they did the Kangaskhan. And I was like, oh, okay. This is fine. I sort of kind of get it. Pokemans. And then like the Rapidash one was when I was like, okay, I kind of like this. I kind of love this. I get it. Sort of like determination and evolving is a cool concept. It was a pony and it grew a horn. It was cool. So yeah, damn. Well, UPN had it at the time. There was, let's see, what did they do? They had Pokemon and they had a bunch of deep cartoons that would run. They even had the Disney stuff. Like they had Saturday morning. One Saturday morning, except it was like during the whole week. So you would show episodes of Recess and they would have Recess. I think one of the first ones that was on was a Buzz Lightyear, and then later on they had Tarzan. But they would mainly, I remember enjoying Recess and see, it was Recess and then Pepper Ann. How could I forget Pepper Ann? Oh, you're talking about what's her name? Pepper Ann. Which was just a teenage Kathy. Didn't really enjoy Pepper Ann during its first run, but it grew on me. It grew on me. It's sort of like a little bit more of a, definitely a superior version of Disney's Doug. I shouldn't have. Why bother? You had Pepper Ann right there. Hello, the real. Yeah, I don't know. By the time the CW came around, I kind of checked out. I think I was barely watching maybe Cartoon Network, like all the time. That or maybe Nickelodeon. But even then, they were still like Nickelodeon was like all in on SpongeBob, so it was like, oh, SpongeBob and a few other things I would watch sometimes. And then I'm trying to think about when did I just eventually just drop everything. I think we're talking about maybe 2013 when it was just like I didn't even need a TV in my room. My monitor is my TV. So okay. Oh, hey, Andy. Hmm. Yeah, I just recently got back. Well, I got into Magic, and I was like, oh, I should check out other like card games. I may have to reinstall Hearthstone sometime, but I'm going to. I've been playing the Pokemon card game. In fact, I'm not going to stream, but I'm just going to see what quests they have. Oh, come on. That's the side loader. This is Z. What's Z? What do I have for Z? Okay, this one might be okay. No, maybe? Maybe this will work. I lost the first couple, maybe 10 minutes of my drawing because I looked up and saw that I didn't have my file set up. Okay, let me see what we got here. You can pretty much do all the daily quests on Pokemon, the trading card game, for like in one thing. Like put two EX Pokemon into play, attach one tool, play one Mega Evolution Pokemon. Mega Evolution. Okay, 2 EXs and 1 Mega Evolution. I have no idea what to do with that information. So I'm going to see what I got here. My plant deck has like is that a Mega Evolution? That is a Mega Evolution. And then I've got 2 other EX Pokemon. That's an EX, and that's an EX. Okay, cool. Let's just do that because I'm not going to stream this tonight. I'm going to stream. Silk Song. God, I'm losing my mind. Windowed, so I can see all what you guys are saying. Sag, remember Saturday back and Jackie Chan Adventures in the back? Yeah, I guess Jackie Chan did premiere on Saturdays. I was going to say, I remember it back from, I remember they had it weekdays because they had enough to go into syndication. And they also, because it's like Sony, if you like go back, you can watch like everything all together now. There we go. I'm putting a chikorita out. I'll give you guys a play-by-play. Anyway, yeah, all the Jackie Chan episodes are pretty much online now officially. I love Jackie Chan because it was like a nice smooth escalation, or they had good resets between season from season. Like the first seasons were about the talismans, and the second seasons were about the demons, and then the next one was about the talismans again, but they got trapped into different animals. And then it was the Oni masks. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, it was the Oni masks, and then the final one was just, I don't know, it kind of petered out. Which I wonder, I guess they all have the Extreme Ghostbusters too. Let me check that out. Extreme Ghostbusters. If that's part of the Sony family. Remember how they blurred the original costumes? Because apparently they couldn't get the rights to all that shit. Okay, YouTube Hall of Heroes. The problem is that they make 1 million YouTube channels, and I don't know if they're official or not. 2 months ago. Okay, this looks pretty good. And it's got a check mark, so it's official. And it was just 2 months ago. They keep trying to re-release everything. I'll put a Pidgey. I'll evolve the Pidgey to Pidgeotto. That's the one thing. There's no. There we go. And then that's that one EX I have. I don't want to deal with you. I'll do boss's orders. Okay, Hall of Heroes apparently is seen. Okay, it's their sort of superhero. Sony's superhero division. Back when they had the rights to. It looks like they're trying to do like Marvel stuff. Like the original Iron Man that they had part of, and the X-Men, and Venom is prominent. And this appears to be a Blade, but anime Blade, so... Okay, they got the boys here. They got boys clips, they've got Gen V clips, they've got the Sony Spider-Man full episodes before Disney. That was supposed to be like a really, really good version of Spider-Man. Which it was. Like, the Venom fight with the Sinister Six was actually, like, truly, like, really good. They got a bunch of Spider-Verse clips. So this is totally an official Sony product. Oh, I didn't know She-Hulk was in that one really weird CGI Spider-Man for MTV. Is that She-Hulk or is that no? Oh, okay, no, it was just green light. Weird green light. Oh, wow. This is like weird CGI. Oh. I mean, it wasn't like Johnny Neutron. Wasn't he still around? Back, yeah. I mean, wasn't he like around at the time? So why does this Spider-Man look so weird? Anyway, yeah, if you that's the thing. People are like all these different companies that are like putting all their old shows on, and they're making new channels every like month in order to try to like. Well, it's pretty much just like what they did with. I was going to say the Kid Slop, where they do like Spider-Man pregnant Ilsa, um, and they make a million different channels like that to try to generate more revenue. I guess they're using the same thing, other with like things that they have legitimately made. Speaking of which, MST3K is back, like the original boys, Mike and the bots. Which is welcomed, but also weird. I don't know how to feel about that. Because on the other hand, like for a while now, Rift Tracks has been its own thing. And then MST3K was its own thing. With, the Netflix revival. And then the own standalone season. And now they have this sort of thing going. It's only a 4-episode pledge. But they managed to and it's of course, it's backed, on social media, and they managed to reach their goal in nothing flat. So I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say that even if you like Joel as a riffer, and conceptually when he came up with the whole thing, I'm going to say Mike was probably the better of the head writer, because he was the head writer during the Joel era as well, but also went on to manage maybe MST3K at the height of its popularity. Just kind of saying. So maybe there's some murmurs about sort of not mismanagement, but just poorly managing all the stuff with Netflix and a few things, which I think the Netflix I don't know. Also, just Mike and Bill Corbett and they're the voices of the bots. If you're not going to go back all the way and get Forrester. Oh, and then you have Cinematic Titanic. I forgot about that. That's when they had to stand up because Best Brains owned the rights to the whole sitting in front of a theater thing. You can't do that. Which you could do. I was thinking about that. If you wanted to do a spin on that, you could do a group chat. where you have these, three different windows open, and you can. Well, what am I doing here? You have three different windows open. You show that people are talking and yammering and riffing the whatever product you want to happen on screen. Speaking of slop, did anyone see that movie that Saber Sparks reviewed? You could be talking about a million different things, Cage. Also, hi, welcome. But anyway, I'm interested to see them doing more MST3K. There was a little promo, and it was just like really fun to hear the bots in their regular voices. I will say the new Crow is fine, but the new Tom left me wanting when I try to rewatch the Netflix show. And let's see, you've got Joel, you've got Mike, and then you've got Jonas. Jonas. I don't know. Jonas is fine. Well, okay, I don't know what it is. Let me look. Spark. Save a spark. Okay, I'm looking at his channel. Recently uploaded. Ranking everybody. No, that's just for me. Ruined. What ruined Disney villains? Is that what we're doing? No, that's the What Ruined series. Let me just go to videos. This YouTuber's movie makes me sick. Fetish nightmare. Well, what's the fetish nightmare? What are you gonna do? What's the name of it? Oh, I've seen this artwork around. Or maybe it's just the MS Paint sort of thing. It's just very low effort. Not effort. Probably not low effort on their part, but low quality furry thing. Okay. What the hell is he bitching about? I like to think of the internet as like a city, and you have to like walk down the city and be like, oh, okay, well, like New York. And you got the main line, and it's like, you got people, and you know people, and you're friendly with people, and all of a sudden you just kind of see something weird out of the corner of your eye, and you just think like, but it's the kind of weird you see like a million times a day from just like living in the big city. And it's not even like a sad weird. It's just like, it's not sad or distressing. It's just kind of like, oh, well, whatever. They're doing their own thing. Well, what were the allegations? I mean, it's clear what he's into. Is there? I've only seen. I listened to it with it muted. Okay, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play you. going to put you out there. Do I have to do energy retrieval on you? No, just wait. I'm gonna play you. What do you, oh, you have a retreat. Okay, so that's nothing. Genome splicing. There we go. I'm gonna do the teal dance. Oh, accused of oh, well. Yeah, that's serious. What did he Nice. Not that. I'm playing the game. Oh, that's my card. Okay, well, I don't know the full context of the actual movie. Oh, come on, I need a Mega Evolution. Oh, okay. Oh, he literally has a blood whatever, a Blood Moon Ursaluna too. We literally have the same decks. I'm trying to run a Bayleaf sort of Magnilium deck. Oh, I get 3? I was going to say, if you play this, then... Okay, so... I'm looking at his sponsor. What is his doing? Now I've got a YouTube ad about VTubers. I think I've seen this artwork before. So I've seen it around. Ah, okay. I sort of see what this one weird clip. Blah, blah, blah. There's that new cartoons about an angel and devil, which looks really cool. Like there's this one, the little demon sort of looks like almost normal, and the angels are like have this very soft light to them. Let's see. I want this one. Bring out this. Done. This one goes out. I'll do boss's order and bring out you. Can I actually... Do I win? Oh, here. What's this? I think I win. Yeah, I just used Blood Moon. I love this Blood Moon Ursul something. Cool. Hey, 400. No, it's called well, let's see. A for Angel. Look it up. I'm digging the Angel's art style. I kind of wish both of them had the same thing, but the devil is like super cute. They had the animated pilot go up the other day, and people were like really excited about it. Oh, speaking of things that just popped up, I know that Overwatch is dropping 5 new characters. I don't know why. Or they're trying to relaunch their rebrand as just plain Overwatch, which we've all been doing. So they got 5 new characters dropping. It's going to be a soft relaunch of new stuff, which is fine. I haven't been playing Overwatch for a while, and it's not that not because it's I haven't been playing it or I haven't wanted to. It's just that their stadium mode has got like a 7 to 15-minute wait time, and that's the mode I've been playing for a while. And I'm just like, well, if I can't play it, I'm not gonna play it. But I'll try out those new heroes. It's fine. We'll see. They got the cat, the rocket cat, and some other flying characters. It looks like they've really tried to rebalance flying as a mechanic. Which maybe they could have some vertical stages. Wait, 10? What do you mean actually 10? They got 10 new characters coming? I thought it was just the 5. Have I ever heard of Band Ghost? Band Ghost. Is that the one that did the animation? Band Ghost. No. I mean, there's Ghost. Oh, the band Ghost. Yeah, of course. They, I tried getting into them, and they do have that one, meme song. Lucifer, Bethameth, Asmodeus, which is also, real fun. But, I heard that they got their sound from, what did they get their sound from? From Blue Oyster Cult's Imaginos album, which I love. Which they kind of did. I could see where it is, but they've got a little bit more of an edge to them, where I'm just like, okay, this is good. This is good. I like it. I appreciate it, but it's not, just not quite for me. There we go. Accordion's Geoff and Mary Melodica. That's another cartoons short that premiered, and it's the one I was talking about. The animator, Louis Zong. That's them. Louis Zong animated this all in Blender. And the only issue I have with it is that all the characters speak through their instruments, which requires to be subtitled, which is fine. I like it. But there's an accessibility to it. Some kids might not be able to read at a younger age. And there's some people that just don't like subtitles. Oh, but it looks beautiful. I love it. It's got kind of like a weird kind of Gumby claymation style to it. Ten characters? They're adding 10 more characters to Overwatch? They should call it Overwatch still. Like, still Overwatch. That's what I'll call it from now on. Energy switch. Ah, that's nice. But yeah, A for Angel and Accordion's Jeffrey. Those are the two. Those are the twos that dropped. Also, Elton Brown has been starting to do his own stuff on YouTube. He's got his own channel. He's been doing his. It's just called Elton Brown Cooks Food, and so far there are 11 episodes. I remember. There's a little thing. He's become a little bit of a booze hound in his later years. So there's a couple episodes. There's one episode that's just about making the perfect sort of cocktail or margarita, as it were, and he makes his own orange liqueur. Pardon me, what was that? By the way, how did you feel about the ant design overall? It's good. I like it. I like the antennae. It's simplistic. A lot of the complexity comes from the shadows, so that's the sort of the thing. But yeah, I thought it was real fun. I did her own story. I was confused by at the beginning of the stream. If you check it out, so I'm gonna have to maybe read a couple issues and figure out what's going on. I don't know if it all happens inside of her head, the superhero aspect of the comic, or not, or what. But anyway, I just think it's cool that Elton Brown's back and he's just kind of dicking around in his own kitchen. He can sort of do that. I think his son is literally doing the all the production stuff. Okay, just wait. Shit. I'm doing it. Oh, is it the active Pokemon that has to be there? No. And there we go. I did my dailies. Velvety. Okay, so Overwatch has got like 10 new characters. Jeez. Okay, anyway. Well, that's something. But overall, there was another thing that dropped the other day, and it was called Horizon Hunter Gatherers. And it looks like sort of a weird cross between some sort of well, Horizon, first of all, with the mechanical sort of animals. Maybe a little bit of Monster Hunter in there too, and some sort of building resource manager. And it's also co-opted. Three character co-op, which I thought was weird. Usually you want to go with 4 characters. But the weirdness doesn't end there, because it's clearly more of a lighthearted, more of an exaggerated. I won't say, I don't want to say cartoony version of the universe, but that might be apt. With the characters sort of being like, they've got weird emotes and just they're dressed differently from everybody within the sort of Horizon universe, which is weird because Horizon 2 left off with like a rather on a hopeful but like also dire cliffhanger of the planet coming together to maybe face this upcoming this upcoming threat from the stars, which I was like really hyped about. I really do like the Horizon series. I think it's good. I don't know if people like say it's a ripoff of Monster Hunter. You could make that claim, but I also enjoy the feedback you get from hitting some of the monsters. Like, I didn't quite get any feedback when I was smacking around those monsters in Monster Hunter. In fact, I also found that to be like a little bit repetitive. That is not to say that the whole like Horizon doesn't get repetitive. It is very much a lot of the missions and tasks are very much sort of built on repetition. I just found it more enjoyable than Monster Hunter. That being said, I don't know. This could have been its own thing. I always make the argument that like if you're going to go with such a wild variation on something, it could have been its own thing. Like, I get Lego plus, whatever you want to work with. That's fine. But like at this point, if you're going to try and reboot the series as something different, then like just swing for the fences and try to make something new. Because by latching on to the namesake, at that point you're just going to drag down both properties. Anyway, that's my 2 cents about it. What I was just talking about the new Horizon video game, or the new Horizon series. They were doing like a co-op sort of management system sort of thing. I was like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Just make your own thing. Which it probably was. There was probably an internal point where it's like, we get this really good idea for a video game, which actually sounds like what Fortnite was originally supposed to be, where you're supposed to build up your fort, collect resources, and then prepare for some sort of invasion. Here, it's like you have a fort, you have a co-op with a bunch of people, but at the same time, you were supposed to go out and find stuff. I don't know. I just thought it was. And then they were probably like, "Well, just slap Horizon. We don't use Horizon enough." It's like, well, shouldn't we wait for the third game to come out and see what the tone of that's going to be? It's like, no, just do it. Because Lego, again, Lego plus anything, Star Wars, uh, uh, Horizon itself, can always be divorced from, the original. You could always just say, well, that's just, what the other one is. This is the kiddie version of that. Energy retrieval. Use Teal Dance. Oh, he's got 20 life points left, a little shit. Okay. New device. Oh no, that's on. That's on. Starboy hasn't shown up. I give a message to Starboy. Yeah, on Discord. And then close that. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Well, that's pretty much my itinerary. That's what I wanted to talk about. What about you guys? Anything else popping up with you? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what happened. Bear with me while I check something out. We've got my other computer just all of a sudden froze up. I'm on my secondary one. It just stopped. It just said there ran into an error and we have to like redo it. And that's my new computer. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if we're still connected or still streaming. Man, that was weird. Hold on, let me get back to where we were. All of a sudden, it stopped, and then I went over to my computer, and it stopped as well. So it said something. It just said unexpected error. Let's see, we were at like 30-minute mark. How utterly bizarre. Go live. There we go. And then this OBS froze up. I wonder if it's something with OBS or something with like some sort of weird thing with. Where were we? Where did we leave off? Okay, we were just kind of doing the butt cheek of the shading, and then all of a sudden it froze. So this is a little bit too far in the future. This is fine. Yeah. And now this is having a hard time saving on my other computer. What's going on? I swear to God, if they did anything to like Windows. Anyway, can you hear me now? Are we good? Okay, yeah, you can hear me. That was weird. It all just suddenly stopped. Or it crashed. It crashed. That wasn't just, you know. Now what the hell is that? Oh, okay, that's just the neighbors, I think. They're doing some construction work. Maybe it was because I was playing Pokemon along with streaming. Can you hear me, Cage? Hello, anybody? There's like 4 of you currently. There was like double that. Okay, good. Okay, wow. This is just... Okay, this is fine. We're both connected. We're all... Okay, there. Turn this off. Turn this off. God, we got gremlins. I can't even do Control-Alt-Delete. Oh, I'll just let that run. We'll finish up the stream. I won't even worry about this other thing. So yeah, as you can see, like, I don't know. Wait, now there's one other thing. I don't know what's going on with this hand. I think I pointed it out the other day. There's like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like the angle or if she's actually missing the hand. Like by the end of this adventure. Because this is the final this is like one of the penultimate panels. So I don't know. I just thought it was weird. I mean, she's definitely missing it, so maybe the inkers didn't like. What's going on with my computers? I'm just gonna shut this one off. This one's taking forever. Oh. The hell is this? Well, what the hell is this shit? Let's see. Something about good luck, having fun, producers offering tickets about anyone who lost their job due to AI. I don't know. What's the movie about? Hell yeah. New Mexico Senate approves bill to ban ICE. Where are you guys? Oh, you were in a different window altogether. Good luck, don't die. I don't know what it's. Let's see. Why would they do that? I mean, they had the producer. Let's see, the producer of by any means like offered free tickets to CEOs, but that's because the actual like CEO, it's a very anti-CEO movie again, very anti-executive class. Okay. Okay, a man from the future travels to the past and recruits patrons of a Los Angeles diner he arrives in to help him combat a rogue artificial intelligence. Okay. It's fine. There's nothing about plot. It's got 92 approval amongst critics. Yes, it's Who did it? Who directed it? Gore Verbinski? I've heard of that guy. Okay, best known for directing Mouse Hunt. Okay, Mouse Hunt, The Ring, and the first 3 Pirate of the Caribbean movies. Okay. No, that's the producer, pardon me. No. And Rango. Yeah, he also did Rango. So this will be a thing. I don't like the idea of them like being like, hey, producer, anyone lost their, like, that's not what you do. That's not clever or cute. This sounds like this gonna flounder again, like kind of Ringo did. That's gonna be like well remembered, just like gonna be on, just something off on the side on the periph. Yeah, someone just simply said "ew" under the as a reply, and that's sort of the feeling I get. Closing this crap, closing that crap. Merging this crap together. Let's see. Okay. Restart my computer. Turn that. Nope. Okay. And then all of a sudden the bit rate just turned to 0 and it wouldn't pop back up again. There might be something going on with OBS. Let's get you back up to where we were. And that would be fairly towards, yeah. I think we're just at the finishing line. I wish there was a chapter that you can actually look. So this is more just inking and then trying to get back into sort of, I'm trying to split the difference between the more cartoony background and sort of, again, you got the two sort of styles definitely overlapping with each other. So I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? So I ended up going with like more of a Ant and Aardvark background and she's sort of the invading sort of character. Yeah, sure, I'm down. It's the dry period for advertisements on YouTube. Like Halloween and Thanksgiving and December are great, but yeah, I'm down if you want to like remessage me again. I guess on DA or whatever. So yeah, and then I did the butt of the joke. Oh, and also I added the ant. It's a little. I just don't know. I just thought of it as like, okay, put the ant in there and have him looking sort of. Being like, oh, okay, this is weird. Again, sort of the titular ant. Well, they're both ant. They're both called the ant. But I was more like just, have him there, have him like be. He's still got his eyes half lidded because I don't think he ever like fully opens them unless something really like interesting happens. Which I mean, I guess this would count. Do I end up changing the background a little more? No, I don't. No, I don't. I just kind of leave it at that. I think I ended up maybe changing the color a little bit because I didn't quite like it in the original final. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's the ant and the aardvark. If you look closely on the aardvark's sort of his texture, I added texture to his skin because it's there in the original sort of film grain, and then I added some of the rough marks that is indicative of the production at the time, sort of the go over that they would do. Again, I don't know if Fritz had access to like the Xerox machine the same way that Disney did when they were doing Dalmatians. But if they did that to cut corners, that could be a thing. Either that, or that's just the way like animation looked like in the 70s, the sort of the storybook style kind of thing, which I love. But anyway, yeah, I thank you all for joining me. I'm gonna go and take a fine-tooth comb to all this stuff and see what the hell made it go bonkers. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today. Until our paths cross again, take care. See y'all later. Bye bye. Oh, that's just me.